I strongly believe in the common saying, credit must be given where credit is due. And I'm going to be introducing you to a young man that is on the Jamaican Pro Circuit by the name of Raymar Bud'Jarrett. I believe he's about 23, if not 24 years old. And he is perhaps one of the most fearless and most complete pool players that you will lay your eyes on. This is how I know that talent is everywhere in the world. But if the light is not shined on you, then no one will ever know how talented you are. So I feel that it is within my ability here to shine the light on this young talent here. A talent that is the future for Jamaican pocket billiards. Raymar Bud'Jarrett, one of the most ferocious, fearless, and dominant player on the Jamaican scene right now. In fact, he has been that level of player for the past 2 to 3 years, where once he touched the scene, he became a force to be reckoned with. And so, of course, you're going to be seeing what talent truly looks like. He has demonstrated a high level of professionalism, the way he goes about the game, his mental fortitude, his cue ball control. I literally run out of vocabularies to describe what it is that I just saw on this match here. And when I tell you, he met me when I was in my strongest mental form. So for him to obliterate me like this, I have nothing to say but pure compliments for his game. So I'm going to take you back to the beginning of the rack, and I'm going to be walking you through some little things that I saw him doing, and I learned so much from this match. Well, it's not even about me learning so much. It's about how much a young man has dedicated his life, dedicated his spare time, his leisure time toward developing his game. And so the level that he's at now, I can humbly and respectfully say that you, Mr. Jarrett, truly deserve everything that you are going to get in the future. So let's jump right into the match and have a look at what it is that this young man has displayed to end my run at 7th place. And in fact, he was the eventual winner of the tournament. So let's jump right into this here. Now, what amazed me the most is how Raymar Bud'Jarrett went about the rack. He was very professional. He displayed, you can see that he's a trained player. He really puts a lot of work in his game. He's from the camp of Nicholas Linton, the gentleman at the back who is currently the overseer for this match. He is the best player, I would think, in his area, or perhaps the most consistent. You do have some other young talents like Nambi Reed. You have, I don't remember his name exactly. I believe his nickname, we call him here, is Your Charts. And we have some other talented players in his area, but he's truly the force to be reckoned with. And you can see it in his resume. So in this match here, what really amazed me most of all is his level of consistency, his composure, his mental fortitude in the game, how he goes about the visualization, the planning, and how he seems to make the game very simple. Now, he did say to me in a conversation that we had quite a while back that one of his favorite player was Joshua Filler, because of how Joshua Filler is confident and how he exerts, just how he goes about the game. Now, I can safely say that you can see that what he says and what he's doing really aligns very well. And I want you guys to just admire this young man, truly a talent. If you're watching this match, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. And of course, I'm hoping that I can bring him back on the channel for you to see what an exceptional player this young man is here. Now, start off there with a really solid break. And as I said to you in the intro of this video, that Raymar Bud'Jarrett met me when I was super confident. I've been saying this from match 1, match 2, match 3, match 4, that I knew that when I realized that I was playing Raymar Bud'Jarrett, I knew that I was up against it, but that did not deter my focus because I knew that I have the capability of defeating him. This would have been the third time that we've met over the past 3 years. He has defeated me twice, and I've defeated him once in an event in the past. So I know I was up against it. I know that all mistakes will not go unpunished. So I definitely knew that I had to come with an A-level game or even higher here. Now, I start off here with the decision for a jump shot because in my mind here, let's just have a look at the jump, and I'm not sure how this was even possible for me to miss that shot. I perhaps maybe needed to put a little bit more time in that jump. I kind of rushed it here, but I felt like the stripe was the better ball to go after because I had the 11 ball and the 10 ball covering the 4. But that's why I went for the jump there, and that's a unusual start. As I said, I've worked on a lot of things in my game, and one of the things is to remove the fear of having to do what is necessary to win the rock. So Raymar Bud'Jarrett, obviously you can see him going for the stripes because clearly the stripes are looking good, but I really admire how he actually went about the rock here. Now notice how very composed and calm he is around the table. He's not taking much time to make his decision, and one of the things that he's doing here is one of the things that I struggle with a lot. His decisiveness. Once he decides that he has a shot, he's just going to plan, execute, and ensure that the cue ball is under control. Now notice that as he's running the rock, he's keeping minimal cue ball movement. As he's going around the table here, he only moves the cue ball 3 or 4 inches when he needs to. For example, here he pots the 14 and he nudges into the 6 to hold position for the 11. Most of the time I realize, and especially in this match, he demonstrates that he tries to run the rock without bumping into object balls. He tries to keep it simple, and he tries to use less spin here on the cue ball. Now this was a really nice shot because at one point I actually thought that I had a chance. Now here he just used center ball, and he used just the right medium soft speed here and glide the cue ball into the line of the 10 here. Now notice that as he looks at the 10, he's assured that he's going to pot the 10, but he has a look at the 11. And from my vantage point, I actually thought I had a chance here because I didn't think that the 11 passed, but apparently he thinks different, and he just pots that 10, lines up dead straight here for the 11. Now notice that he's not rushing the shot, but still he's doing everything in a very timely manner, and he's just accepting what the table gives him. He's not trying to do too much. He's about 6 feet 2 inches tall, I believe. Perhaps even taller, I'm not sure. So you can see even on a shot like this where he has to use his extension, I would have to use a bridge on this shot. So I can safely say that, height also plays an important role, because you've seen in my other matches how many times I would have to use a bridge. Now, of course, if you guys have not seen the other videos on my channel, I've created a playlist for you. I played 6 matches. I won 4, I lost 2. And this particular match here, I didn't really get much of a chance. I got chances, but it was chances that I had to make certain that I made use of. I wasn't able to do so. And Raymar Bud'Jarrett, of course, showed up with, of course, his A-level game and demonstrated high caliber pool here. So you can see there already, just by the start of this rack here, start of this match, you can see clearly that Raymar Bud'Jarrett is in dead stroke. And I can tell you that the opponent that he played before me was in fact Jamaica's number 2, and you would not like to see what he did with that opponent. That opponent also got 4-0 as well, and he got it in a similar fashion here. So really great start there by Raymar Bud'Jarrett. Truly a tremendous player. I don't have enough vocabulary on my list here to describe what it is that I saw, what it is that I'm seeing, but I can safely tell you this: he is the future of Jamaica. And as I said in the beginning, credit must be given where credit is due. And so, Mr. Jarrett, I truly embrace you as a true talent for Jamaica. And at the age of 23, 24, you're truly doing well for yourself. And I strongly encourage you to continue on this path, because the future for you is bright, very bright. All right. Now, of course, guys, I want you to use this opportunity to learn as well, because from this match here, there was so much more than just how he was running the rack, but it was the just how he demonstrates his mental fortitude on the table here, and it was truly a good match here. So a strong break there, but apparently no ball has been pocketed on the break. So this would have been my second chance in this match here. Obviously, I broke the first rack. I got a chance, and a chance is a chance, guys. You've got to understand that a chance is a chance. Whether it's a difficult chance or a simple chance, a chance is a chance. And when you're playing with the likes of Raymar Bud'Jarrett, you've got to capitalize on the smallest margin of error here. Now, no balls were pocketed on the break. The cue ball is a little bit wedged up behind the 5 ball here. I have opportunities here, not much. I'm looking to back up the 5 into the 9, but that looks a little bit like the cue ball is going to be out of control. So I'm going to be changing my option here. And one of the things that I heard Joshua Filler said in a matchroom interview, and I'm going to play it for you here.
In your opinion, what does it take to become a world champion?
You need to play an average really well. Stop making like missing the easy balls, but sometimes when you miss and you can hook your opponent, that's what can happen in our sport actually, because in other sports when you miss, you're probably going to lose. But in our sport, you still can wait for a big roll and stuff, you know. But yeah, having a good break first. Second, being good in jumps and kicks, because so most likely you get hooked when you have an opponent which plays the same level. So and hopefully with some break and runs, you know, going into the match, put pressure on the opponent, and then hopefully he makes some mistakes.
You would have seen there where Joshua said that you need a little bit of luck, and I know that quite a few of you guys may come and you may say that maybe Apex, there was another shot that you could have played. In that moment, I didn't see a better shot. And considering that I know who I was going up against here, I knew that I had to just try to get a shot, some sort, like take a group of ball, and then from there work it out. But obviously the cue ball there did not work out in my favor. I pocket the 9, and obviously there I scratched, and Raymar Bud'Jarrett has the chance again. So twice, small errors there, missed jump shot, scratch shot, big mistake here. Raymar Bud'Jarrett should punish me in this rack here. All right, so he starts off obviously by taking the group of balls that I chose. So in my opinion, I kind of felt like I chose the correct group of ball, but considering that I scratched, moved up a couple of object ball, then obviously it made the rack a little bit easier for him. Now he does have some work to do here based on the cue ball's position, so he's gonna have to try to, well, there's not really much work because the 8 ball is cleared, so he just needs to keep it very simple here. And I just really admire how he just goes. His movement around the table is so calculated, so calm. He plans everything. He visualizes everything. He doesn't seem to be using an aiming system of some sort. He's just using his natural ability here. And woo, Dear oh dear. This is the first sign of a chink being in Raymar Bud'Jarrett armor. A positional error. So that unfriendly nudge there on that 10 really threw him off here. But this is how I knew that I was more than up against it. I really hit a brick wall here. And I want you to look at how spectacular this shot was. Absolutely insane. Would you look at that? Oh, that is naughty pool. Absolutely magnificent. What a shot. I was discombobulated. That was an insane shot. I don't think a pro would go after that. I'm lost for words. And just look how he just rifled in this 8-ball into the pocket to stamp his authority. Oh, that was amazing. That was truly insane. And he's so calm around the table. He's not trying to do too much. He's not pumping his fist. He knows that the job is not yet done. He just takes a seat, keeps himself composed. We are in an air-conditioned environment, so it's a little bit cold. And he's just very calm. And this is something that I've taken from his game as well. Because at the end of the day, guys, you have got to realize that if a player is more consistent, and by extension, if a player is better than you are, it is only right for you to actually take from your game and add to your game. And I've met a lot of players, like you've seen in my last match against Jody. It ended unprofessionally, in my opinion. And I showed up in that match. Raymar Bud'Jarrett showed up in this match. And I wasn't fazed by how he was playing, because I know that exactly what he's doing, I'm capable of doing it as well. But in the moment, I wasn't doing it. So I had to really sit down and watch this exemplary performance here by Raymar Bud'Jarrett. Again, another strong break. Like my first break, I got a ball down on the break. So I think I'm doing a little bit better on the break than Raymar Bud'Jarrett, because I'm getting fairly good spread on the rock. I'm getting an opening shot. But again, if you're not capitalizing on these chances, no matter how small they are, you are going to be punished when you're playing with the likes of Raymar Bud'Jarrett or even better. Now again here, I'm on the 9. Nice pot there. Nice opening pot. Cue ball kind of drift a little bit there. And now the cue ball and the object ball is on the same rail. So that just makes me change my decision, because I was obviously playing for the 10. But now they're on the same rail. It's going to have me do something that I really don't want to do. So I'm going to take another shot here. I'm going to pot the 15 and try to play position for the 14 here. Really nice. And you can see there's a difference between how I'm playing the game and how Raymar Bud'Jarrett is playing the game. I'm shooting my shots. My cue is going up in the air a little bit. I'm definitely moving a bit slower. You can see signs of indecisiveness in my game as well. So even though I'm mentally confident, physically, there's some little signs there that I'm not fully comfortable. I mean, what Raymar Bud'Jarrett is doing, you may say that it has some sort of effect on how I'm playing the game, but I have to remain focused, because I have everything up against me at this moment here. Now, we weren't using a shot clock because we were on loser side and there was no referee, so we had to ref our own game. But we have mutual respect for each other, and so I don't think that timing was an issue. I definitely took a longer time to make decisions and make my pots than him. I guess maybe because my layout was tough and I was always on the offense. But nevertheless here, potting the 14 to the side. Oh, that was a little close. So almost snookered myself there, and that was risky. 'Cause I was playing for a very small window margin there. Now I got a shot on the 10, and it is ideal. A lot of you guys may think that, why didn't you just pop the 14, stun draw out for the 11? I don't remember if the 13 ball passes the 8. I'm not 100% sure. But I think that maybe I had the natural angle to float in for the 10. That's what I was looking at. But, you know, I got on the 10. I now have to try to make due for this. Now, I did make a error in terms of how the table was playing. And this is how you know it's important to understand the difference between a club table and a championship table. I predicted that the cue ball was going to go in between the 8 and the 7. I'm not sure if I catch the rail first, then the ball, or was the table sliding, but I break out the 13. I broke out the 13. In fact, I broke out the 5 ball. Not even sure if that's the 5 ball. I broke out a ball. Yeah, it was the 1 ball. So I actually bumped into his ball here and left myself with a bank. So I was actually playing to come between the 8 and the 7, and the cue ball slide and left me with this awful bank here. And considering that Raymar Bud'Jarrett is shooting immaculately here, I've got to make this bank. This is my chance here. I definitely feel like I could have put a lot more effort into this bank. You can see that I banked it well. Oh dear, this is not looking good at all. And you can see I just walked away from the table here respectfully. There's nothing that I can do except just, you know, the pool gods wasn't for me there. I felt like that was a due punishment because I should have maybe adjusted. I'm not sure where I went wrong there. Let me know in the comments, guys, what would you have done to run this rack and to really get yourself on the scoreboard here. But Raymar Bud'Jarrett has an open table, and as you can see in rack number 1, he has not failed. Rack number 2, he showed you exactly what he's about. He's definitely in dead stroke here, and he's gonna keep everything simple. And I know that a lot of you guys who may be passing through on the channel watching this match for the first time, you may say that, oh, this is just an easy layout, anybody could run the rack. Well, I can tell you this, I've seen easier racks that is supposed to be run out are missed by players on his level and players obviously below his level, and even players above his level gets easy racks like this and mess it up. So I want you to understand that he's going about this rack not only in a professional level, but he's planning everything. And notice that each time as he goes around the table, he takes a ball out of the pocket. That's a technique that I think he uses to just kind of compose himself, not get too much into the moment here. So each shot that he pots, we're using a drop pocket table. So if he pots a ball into a pocket, he's going to remove it from the pocket. Notice that he knows that he's going to put the 8 into the side. So he has already gotten those balls out of that pocket, and he already took the balls out of the pocket that he's shooting at. So you can see that he's in full control of his thoughts, mentally, physically, and you notice that he's very calm, not rushing, but doing everything in a very timely manner. I don't think the shot clock is affecting him. I think that if there was a shot clock being used in this match, I would have probably committed a time foul because I took a longer time to complete my shots. Now that was a really good run out there. Again, Raymar Bud'Jarrett not making any mistakes go unpunished, because as you can see, he only made one positional error, and he showed you what he does when he makes a mistake. He comes with the goods. So brilliant execution here by Raymar Bud'Jarrett. Truly very proud of what I'm seeing. I remember the first time I saw him come on the scene, I was about 5 or 6 years. I was about 4 years maybe. Yeah, I was about 4 years or 5 years on the circuit, already getting my experience. I remember this young man sitting in the pool hall at the Hotspot pool bar where he plays in Trelawney, that is northern Jamaica. So I know where this young man's journey has come from. I've not seen everything, but what I'm seeing now and what I saw when I first met him, you know that a lot of work and dedication has been put into his game here. There you see Nambi Reed passing by the table. As usual, always offering support to his fellow teammate here. So beautiful break there. Not sure if a ball. Yes, a ball was deposited on the break. In fact, it was the 8th ball that was deposited on the break. And you can see right away, he didn't even think about breaking over. He trusts his putting ability. He trusts his cue ball control. He trusts his positional play. He believes in himself. And he's just going to go about this rack here. And he has one problem. And you're going to be so shocked as to how he solved that problem with that 5 ball wedged up against the 9. Now, I'm sitting in my chair here and I'm like, okay, so he has taken the solids. How is he going to get on that 5? So right now, I'm thinking to myself that I have a chance. He may need to play some sort of safety at some point. But just like in rack number 2, where he made that positional error and he came with a rabbit out of the hat, you're going to see yet again why this young man is truly deserving of the #1 spot in Jamaica. And this is not the only tournament that he's done. He's called it in the side. Would you guys go for this shot? This is absolutely insane. Wow, what a shot. Again, no emotions, no facial expression. What an insane shot. That is incredible. Absolutely incredible. This is what you call definition of dead stroke. He is not giving me a chance on the table. Wow. Again, I'm lost for words. Again, I'm discombobulated. It's not even about the shot. It's the fact that he went. I think that he had it in his mind from the break. He knew when he took the group of solids that the 5 ball was a problem. So he knew that he had to go for a bank. So that is absolutely incredible there by Raymar Bud'Jarrett. I'm even losing track of what he's doing at the moment. His putting ability is on another level. And we're playing on a 9-foot table. And don't think that these pockets are big, guys. These pockets are about 4 1/4 inch. And you've seen, they're about 4 1/4, maybe 4. I don't think they're 4 1/2. I'd have to check them and let you guys know in a future video. But these pockets are not, say here, easy. They're not bucket pockets. These pockets are, you can wobble. If you hit the rail too early, you will wobble the ball. Now this is really nice here. And Raymar Bud'Jarrett just taking his time, just trying to finish the rack here, not rushing anything. And this was again the first sign of him making another positional error. But he just got a friendly bump there on that 10 and leaving him with a look on the 5. And it also left him with a nice little angle here. Now he's a bit close to the rail, so he can't really do a lot with the cue ball. And this is how you know, again, as I said, guys, there were just so many signs, things that I thought, things that I missed. Let me know, guys, what else did you see in this match that you could add to your game? If you thought that Jamaican players are not world-class players, well, you're seeing it for yourself. And this was just one of all the matches he played. As I told you, he was the eventual winner of the tournament. He was coming from loser side and he defeated the runner-up twice. So you know that the punishment that I got here for little or no mistakes was the same punishment displayed there on the other opponent. And that is how you end a match. It doesn't matter if the player is better than you or worse than you, or in your mind you think that the player is not supposed to defeat you, you have to understand that when an opponent is playing well, credit must be given where credit is due. Brilliant performance there by Raymar Bud'Jarrett. Absolutely impressed by this performance, and you can see he took about 15 seconds, 20 seconds maybe to sit down, to just kind of take himself in, taking the moment, and then he went back on the table and was trying to run out the rest of the balls. So he's keeping himself in stroke. He knows that the job is not yet done. He knows that he's going to meet better players than myself, so he's keeping himself in stroke here. He just wasn't. He was unstoppable in this tournament. So brilliant performance there by Raymar Bud'Jarrett. Truly entertained by this match, and I hope you guys were also entertained as well. And take good care. This is the end of this tournament. I placed 7th, and it was an all-round solid performance by myself, but it was a better performance there by Raymar Bud'Jarrett. Congratulations to you on that win, and we'll meet again in the future. And until next time, this is ApexElgenio signing out. Continue practicing with precision, accuracy, consistency, and control. Congratulations, Raymar Bud'Jarrett. We'll meet again very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.